Good morning. Moving further with chapter number 14, factorization. Today we will solve more questions of exercise 14.2. In our previous lecture, we have already completed till question number 2 of exercise 14.2. So, question number 3. Factorize the expressions. Number 1. Ax square plus bx. Now here you can see two terms are there in the given expression, and it is for two terms we only use the identity number 3, but here there is sign of plus in between, and for identity number 3 we need the minus sign in between. So first let's see which method we can apply. Always try to go stepwise method. That is, first you have to see the application of common factor method, then after that, if possible, if common factor is not possible, then see go for regrouping. After regrouping, you have to check the perfect square identities, that is perfect square of for addition, perfect square for subtraction, या difference of perfect square. Now here when we look at the question, we can see that we can take out common from both the terms of the given expression. So the first term is given as ax square. The factors of ax square are a into x, and the second term is given as bx, whose factors are b into x. So first we make the factors of both the terms separately. Ax square, that is a into x plus sign as it is, and bx is b into x. Now from this you can see that first term is having a but second term is not having. First term is having x, second term is also having, first term is having second time x, but second term is not having. So we can only take out one x common. So we'll take out x as common, that is x into ax plus b, because after taking out x common from here, we will be left out with ax, and similarly taking out x common here, we will be left out with b. So x common and then into bracket ax plus b. Next, question number 2, 7p square plus 21q square. Again first we apply the common factor method. So we separately write the factors of both the terms, that is factors of 7p square equal to 7 into p, and then plus sign as it is, and then factors of 21q square, that is factors of 21 are 3 into 7 and q square is q into q. Now let's see what we can find out common in both. So we can see that only 7 is common in both the terms. So and the remaining terms we will write in the bracket. So that is equal to 7 into p square plus 3q square. Next, question number 3, 2x cube plus 2xy square plus 2xz square. Again first let's see that we can find out something common. Yes, it's already seen. So separately we will be making the factors of all the three terms. That is, now first the factors of 2x cube, that is 2 into x into x into x, plus sign as it is. Then factors of 2xy square, that is 2 into x into y, plus sign as it is, and then factors of 2xz square, that is 2 into x into z into z. Now we can see very clearly that first we can take out 2s common. Now x is also present in all the three terms, so we can take out x common. Now nothing common, same is seen in all the three terms, so we can take out only 2x common. In first term we will be left out with x square, in second term with y square, and in third term z square. So we write equal to 2x into x square plus y square plus z square. Question number 4, am square plus bm square plus bn square plus an square. Now here first, if we see all the terms of the given expression, we cannot take out common from all the four. But if we make groups of two terms, then it is possible to take out common. So here we will apply the method of regrouping. So first we make the groups of both the two terms at a time. That is, first group here we can clearly see that we can take out m square common here, and then another group is this. Here also we can see clearly that we can take out n square common. After making the group, let's take out the common from both the groups. That is, from first group we will take out m square common. From this we will take out m square common, and we will be left with a plus b. Similarly, from the second group we will take out this n square common, because n square both the terms are having, and we will be left out with b plus a. So we write m square into a plus b plus n square into b plus a. Now a plus b, if we write as b plus a, or b plus a if we write as a plus b, it is same. So we make it in proper way, that is equal to m square into a plus b plus n square into a plus b. Again you can see that in both the terms a plus b is same. So we can take out a plus b common, and then we will be left out with m square plus n square. So we will write equal to a plus b into m square plus n square. Next, question number 5. Lm plus L plus m plus 1. Dear student, please don't make mistakes in L and 1, because here it seems similar. So the question is given like this, that first in bracket Lm plus L, then plus m plus 1. Now, as already Lm plus L is given in bracket, from that we can take out common L. Here we can take out common L from this group, and this is your second group, where you can see that nothing is common, means we can take out 1 as common in that. So let's, after making the group, let's take out common. That is, from the first group we will take out L common. Here we have taken out L common, and we will be left out with m plus 1 in the bracket. Middle plus sign as it is, and from the second group you can see that nothing is common in m plus 1. So we take out, either you can take out 1 as common. Yeah, if you are not writing, then also it means 1. Here you can write 1 also, it is better if you are writing 1 into m plus 1. Now you can see that again this m plus 1 is common in both the terms. So we will take out that out as common, that is m plus 1, and remaining L plus 1 in another bracket. So the factorization is m plus 1 into L plus 1. Question number 6. Y into y plus z plus 9 into y plus z. Very easy question. It is seen directly that from both the terms we can take out y plus z common, and remaining we will write in another bracket. That is, you can see here that both the terms are having this y plus z same. So we will take out this common, and remaining y plus 9 in another bracket we will write. That is equal to y plus z into y plus 9. Next, question number 7. 5y square minus 20y minus 8z plus 2yz. Now here again we cannot apply the common factor method in the first, because all the 4 terms are not having equal in all the terms. So we apply the regrouping method, that is, we will make the groups of the given terms of the expression. But again, before regrouping, here we need to rearrange the terms. So first we rearrange the terms of the given expression, that is 5y square minus 20y plus 2yz minus 8z. We will bring yz as the third term and take minus 8z as the fourth term. So first we rearrange, then we make the groups of the terms. Now again, when we make the group, you can see that 5 and 20 comes in the table of 5 together, and y square and y we can take out y common, so 5y we can take out common, remaining we will write in the bracket. Similarly, from the second group, 2 and 8 comes in the table of 2, and z is common, so it is the variable which is common in both the terms, so we can take out 2z and remaining we will write in the bracket. So for solving further, we will get equal to, from the first group 5y we have taken out common here, so 5y into y minus 4, and from the second group we have taken out 2z common, so we will be left out with y minus sign as it is, and 2 4 z, so y minus 4. Again we can see that y minus 4 is same in both the terms, so we will take out y minus z as common, and we will write y minus z into 5y plus 2z. So the factorization of the given expression is y minus 4 into 5y plus 2z. Next question number 8. 10ab plus 4a plus 5b plus 2. Here, if you want, you can rearrange the terms and then you can further factorize it. And if you don't want directly also, if you make the groups and then factorize, then also you will get the answer. So let's try with direct, that without rearranging, let's make the group. That is first 2, you can see 10 and 4 both comes in the table of 2, and a also same variable in both the terms, so we can take out this common. Now second group when we make, we see that we cannot take out anything common, but it's doesn't matter, because this, if it is not, we cannot take out common, we get the same terms as the bracket of the first group. So we further after making the groups, we further factorize, that is taking out common from the first group 2a. Now 2 5s are 10, so 5 and a we have taken out from the first term, and b will be left, so we will get 5b plus sign as it is. From 4a we have taken out 2a, so 2 will be left, so we will get 2a as common and 5b plus 2 as from first group. Now from second group, that is 5b plus 2, here nothing is common, so we write as 1 common and 5b plus 2 in the bracket. Again you can see this 5b plus 2, 5b plus 2 are same in both the terms, so we take out equal to 5b plus 2 common, and remaining in the another bracket, that is 2a plus 1. So the factorization of this expression is 5b plus 2 into 2a plus 1. Question number 9. 6xy minus 4y plus 6 minus 9x. Again, looking at the given expression, we have to make the groups and then we have to further do the factorization. But when we make the groups here, suppose if we are making the groups in this way, here from the first two group we can take out 2y common, and remaining we will write in the bracket. Similarly, in the second group we can take 3 common, and remaining we will write in the bracket. But when we are doing in this way without rearranging, then there will be a problem in sign. So first we rearrange the terms of this expression, as we are not getting the same equal sign in both the brackets. So for that purpose, we have to first rearrange the terms of this expression. So let's rearrange. That is equal to 6xy minus 4y minus 9x plus 6. We have rearranged in this way that we are bringing the third term as fourth term we are taking, and fourth term we will bring as third term. Only we have done this way rearrangement. Now after rearrangement, when we make the group of two groups, you can see again that here after making group we will take out the common same as we have discussed priorly, but here we will get this brackets with equal sign. So we take out common now from both the groups. That is the first group 6xy minus 4y. 6 and 4 both comes in the table of 2. So we take out 2 as common and variable y is present in both the terms. So we take out y common. So after taking out 2y common from the first group, we will be left with 2 3s are 6 and x variable is left. So we write 3x minus sign as it is, and from 4y if we take out 2y common, we will be left out with 2. So we write 2y into 3x minus 2 as for first group. Now for second group, minus 9x plus 6. Now again when we look at the terms of the second group, 9 and 6 both come in the table of 3 together. So we write the middle sign as minus only, taking out 3 common. Now from the first term of the second group, 3 3s are 9, so we'll be left out with 3 and variable x will be left, so we write 3x. Now this plus sign, as we are taking inside the bracket, this minus will make the plus as minus. So again we will get 3x minus and 3 2s are 6, so we'll be left out with 2. So for second group we will get 3 common into 3x minus 2. Now again this we can see that 3x minus 2, 3x minus 2 are same in both the terms. So taking out that common, we will get equal to 3x minus 2 into 2y minus 3. Question number 4. Factorize. Now number 1, a raised to 4 minus b raised to 4. Now you can see two terms are given which are both perfect square, and there is a sign of minus in between the two terms. So we can here apply the third identity, that is difference of square identities. So let's use that identity. What is that identity? That is a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b. That is, again let's see that a raised to 4 is the perfect square of which term and b raised to 4 is perfect square of which term. So moving further, we'll get equal to a raised to 4 is the perfect square of a square and b raised to 4 is the square of b square. So we write a square whole square minus b square whole square. Now again two terms, you will first time we have to add and another time you have to subtract. So we'll write equal to a square plus b square into a square minus b square. Again this plus sign, so we cannot do here anything. In this first bracket we cannot do anything because as there is a plus sign in between. Though first term and second term are perfect square, but as there is the sign of plus in between, we cannot apply any identity. But in the second bracket again you can see that there is the sign of minus in between the two terms and both the terms are perfect square. So again we will apply the third identity for the second bracket. So we carry forward the first bracket as it is, that is equal to a square plus b square, and for second bracket we will write a whole square minus b whole square, which we further write as equal to a square plus b square into a plus b into a minus b. So in such expressions we are applying the third identity two times. Twice the third identity is applicable in such type of expressions. So the factorization of a raised to 4 minus b raised to 4 is a square plus b square into a plus b into a minus b. Question number 2, p raised to 4 minus 81. Again we can see that all these questions we have to apply the third identity two times, that twice we will apply the third identity. So again p raised to 4 is the square of p square and 81 is the square of 9. So we write p square whole raised to square minus 9 square. So first time we have to add both the terms and second time we have to subtract both the terms. So we will get equal to p square plus 9 into p square minus 9. Now first bracket plus sign, we leave it as it is. Now second bracket again minus sign and both the terms are perfect square P square is the square of P and 9 is the square of 3. So we can again further factorize it by applying the identity 3. So that is equal to P square plus 9 into P whole square minus 3 whole square, because 9 is the square of 3. So further we will get equal to P square plus 9 into P plus 3 into P minus 3, because one time in this identity, very simple thing, one time we have to add both the terms and another time we have to subtract both the terms. So the factorization is P square plus 9 into P plus 3 into P minus 3. Question number 3. X raised to 4 minus y plus z raised to 4. This is same, but in second term, again the second term is made up of two terms. So no need to worry, we have to follow the same method, but where in second term we will use again sub two terms we have to write. So again you can see x raised to 4 is the square of x square, and y plus z whole raised to 4 is square of y plus z whole square. So we first write the squares, that is equal to x square whole raised to square minus y plus z square whole raised to square, because we know that power raised to power, when we multiply and we will get our question, that is x square raised to 2, that is 2 into 2 will get x4. Similarly y plus z whole square raised to square, that is 2 2s are 4, so we will get our question back. That is, now we will one time add both the terms and another time subtract, that is equal to x square plus y plus z whole square. Yes, our first term is so made up of one term only, but our second term is made up of two terms. So we have to write both the terms in bracket. So we will get x square plus y plus z whole square. One time we added, another time we will subtract, that is into x square minus y plus z whole square. That is equal to, again because plus sign we cannot do anything, so we will carry forward as it is, x square plus y plus z whole square. Now the second bracket, you know that x square is the perfect square of x and y plus z whole square is the perfect square of y plus z. So again we carry forward this and write x square plus y plus z whole square into x square minus y plus z whole square. Again the second bracket, for second bracket we can apply the third identity and we will move further, that is equal to x square plus y plus z whole square. We have to write as it is, because in this bracket we cannot apply any identity, so we will write it as it is. Now second bracket, as we have applied the third identity, so one time we will add both the terms and second time we will subtract. So here one time addition, that is we will write x plus y plus z, and in second bracket we will write x minus y plus z. Now y plus z first you write in bracket, because after before the bracket if minus sign is there, the sign inside the bracket changes. So wherever the minus sign is present outside the bracket, take care while opening the bracket. Then after we open the brackets, so that is equal to x square plus y plus z whole square into x plus y plus z, because when plus sign is present no change is there, so we write as it is. And in the third bracket we will get x minus y minus z. This plus sign will become minus, because when you open the bracket sign changes inside the bracket. So the factorization of the given expression is x square plus y plus z whole square into x plus y plus z into x minus y minus z. Next question number 4. X raised to 4 minus x minus z whole raised to 4. Similar question like question number 3, but what difference is there in between both the questions? That in question number 3, the second term had different variables than the which were not matching with the first term. Now here when we look at the question, you can see that our first term is having variable x. Similarly, our second term is also having one of the variable x present. So here also we will follow the same method, but we have to open the brackets at the last. So let's first move further and see what we can do. So again applying identity number 3, that is equal to x square whole raised to square minus x plus z whole raised to square, x minus z square whole raised to square. So one time we will add both the bracket, another time we will subtract. That is equal to x square plus x minus z whole square into x square minus x minus z whole square. Now here you can see that this first term is having x and second term is also having x as one of its variable. So here we will apply the perfect square for subtraction and open the bracket, because if the term variables are same, then on opening the bracket we can simplify it. Yes, if the variables are not same, then no need to open the bracket as we have done in the previous question number 3. Because it is of no use, we cannot do any simplification further. But here, as the variables are same of both the terms, we can simplify it. So here we will open this x minus z whole square bracket. That is, we'll apply the perfect square for subtraction identity. Now second bracket already we are, another time we have to apply identity 3. So there no need to open the bracket, but first bracket we will open the bracket using identity number 2. So we will get equal to this, we will get x square plus x minus z whole square into x square minus x minus z whole square. Further, in first bracket we will apply identity number 2. So we will get equal to x square. Now this bracket when we open using identity number 2, we will get x square minus 2xz plus z square. This is the expansion of x minus z whole square. So we will write x square plus x square minus 2xz plus z square. Again for the second bracket we apply the third identity second time, that is x whole square minus x minus z square. So that further we will get, here you can see that we are getting this x square plus x square, so it will become 2x square. Remaining terms we cannot do anything, so we will write as it is. So we will get 2x square minus 2xz plus z square. This we are applying identity 3. So one time we will add and one time we will subtract. So we will get x plus x minus z in the first bracket, and in the second bracket we will get again x minus z. Yes, so we will get 2x square minus 2xz plus z square into x plus x minus z, and third bracket x minus z. Now first we have to write in bracket, then we have to remove the bracket. Now let's remove the bracket and see. That is, first bracket no change, 2x square minus 2xz plus z square. Now second, when we open the bracket and plus sign is there, so there will be no change, so we will write x plus x minus z. Here, as there is a sign of plus before the bracket, no change will be there in the sign inside the bracket, so we write as it is. Now we are in the third bracket, as there is a sign of minus before the bracket, the sign inside the bracket before the terms will change. If it is minus, minus will become plus. If there is plus, plus will become minus. So we write x minus x plus z, because here there is the sign of minus. It will be changed into plus. That is, minus minus becomes plus. Now further you can see that first bracket we write as it is. Now this, so let us write first, that is equal to 2x square minus 2xz plus z square as it is. Now second bracket, you can see again we get x plus x, that is 2x minus z as it is, that is 2x minus z. And in third bracket, that is this bracket, we can cut plus x and minus x. So when it is cut x minus x, that is 0 plus z, so we can write there z is only left, so we write z. So we get 2x square minus 2xz plus z square into 2x minus z into z. Now let's arrange in a proper way, that is equal to z into 2x minus z into 2x square minus 2xz plus z square. So dear students, when you are solving such type of questions, please take care regarding the sign also and the simplification also. Question number 5. A raised to 4 minus 2a square b square plus b raised to 4. Yes, here b square is there in the question here, but by mistake it is gone. So this is b square. In the question it is a raised to 4 minus 2 square a square b square plus b raised to 4. Now this is the identity number 2, that is perfect square for subtraction. So we first applied identity number 2, that is we will get a square whole square minus 2 into a square into b square plus b square whole raised to square, that is equal to a square minus b square whole square. Now as it is, again we can apply the third identity, so we will get a square plus b square in the first bracket, and second bracket we will get a square minus b square. Again you can we can apply the identity number 3 for the second bracket. So first bracket we will write as it is a square plus b square, and for second bracket we will write a whole square minus b whole square, and further we will get that is equal to a square plus b square into a plus b into a minus b. Directly also now you can write, because many times we have seen this. So or you can further add one step here, that you will write as it is a square plus b square as it is. Yes, and then here for that you will write a whole square minus b whole square. Yes, you can write in this way, and then further you will get the step a square plus b square into a plus b into a minus b. Dear students, please copy all this in CW with neat and clean handwriting. Thank you.